Good evening, welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. I'm Emmy, you all know me by now, John's daughter. Just popped up to say hello and to collect the fantastic brackets that my dad's made for the tables in my restaurant. You guys are going to get a video of exactly what's going to happen with those table dividers, what we use them for. So I'll get that sent across to you. I'm also here to do the draw for tonight's prize, which is this finger DTI. So I'll pick a name out of the old merchandised up double boost bucket. See what we get. See what we get out of the bucket of dreams. So we've got Bob Weaver.
Hold it up now there.
So that's Bob Weaver. Congratulations, Bob. So this finger DTI is going to be coming to you. There you go, congratulations. Right guys, that's me off. I just popped up. And also, just so you know, it's cold in England now. Double Boost Garage is absolutely freezing. I need to tell you about that. So I'm off to get warm. You enjoy the show and I'll see you again soon. Bye.
Right, Emmy, that was great. Thanks very much for that. And I'm certainly not going to say, mine, Emmy, that's going to be a hard act to follow, but it certainly will be. Right, last week's nightcap, there was only one nightcap. People were concerned in case I'd fallen ill. Nothing like that. All it was, I didn't feel very well, and I lost some video. One of my cards, SD cards, died for some reason, and I lost the video I shot on that Sunday afternoon, and I just couldn't be asked to do it again. That was the reason. I've got some good content this week. I hope that'll make up for it. Right, so Emmy did the draw. That'll be getting posted off this week as soon as I get the address. I'm going to do another draw this week. This time it's for a nice pair of parallels. Actually went to a car boot sale this morning, and this is the only thing I found. I picked these up for not a great lot of money. There's a little bit of surface dust on them, but I'm sure they'll clean up. I'll get a close-up shot of those later on. As usual, if you want a chance at winning them, all you have to do, send us an email. That's my email address up there, with your name, your full name, like John Mills, not just John. Your name goes into the bucket. If your name's pulled out, I'll post them off to you anywhere in the world, completely free of charge. In this week's nightcap, I've got a little bit of plasma cutting. I make some copper washers for Richard's steam wagon. My friend Bob, when he did the surface plate for us, I did a little bit of video around the factory where he works. He works in a press shop. I show a bit of that. It's quite interesting. It's amazing how many things are actually pressed out. You don't realise, you see, I mean, I work on cars all the time, and the amount of pressings on motor cars is absolutely amazing. Anyway, I hope you find that interesting. I do some machining as well. I've got an old injector pump off a vintage tractor. I take that apart, get a broken stud out, and I make some bushes and do a little repair job on one of the housings. It should be obvious to anybody that this is a superheater coil adapter off a Sentinel steam engine boiler, obviously belonging to Richard. And what I need to do is make them 4 copper washers. They're a decent fit on there, and 10mm bigger all the way around, out to 3mm copper. Copper is notoriously horrible stuff to machine, so what I'm going to do is cut the washers out on the plasma cutter, then bring them back in here and just skim the bore out the side. just peels off. That little bit of dust. That's absolutely, because cut like horrible stuff the machine, but it seems to cut quite nicely. I'm cutting out at 40 amps, 70 psi air pressure. I'm using a setting that's designed to cut 1/4 inch steel plate, and this is steel well aluminium. When I've cut the washers, no problem at all. They've cut that well. I actually wish I'd put the finished size in instead of leaving 1/2 mil to take out. Anyway, I'll get them out in the chuck and just whisper that so that they drop on. Very happy with them indeed. Right, that's the washers done. You only wanted 4, but we've picked a lot of space to do an extra one in case he misplaces a one. So we've done 5. You actually go between 2 nuts. There's a nut goes on either side of them. So there's a nut there and a nut on that side as well with a plate in between.
Right, you've seen how it's round the table's come up lovely. Now we're going to have a bit of walk around the factory, where I work. Primarily it's a press shop. 99.9% of the parts we do is for the automotive industry. Fortunately, I can't tell you the manufacturers who we provide for, because the company won't let me. But you think of a car manufacturer, we'll make parts for it. So basically what happens is, so there is where the steel comes in, it comes in coils, over there, and each coil is allocated a number, and that number corresponds to what tool, like I hear what John's took pictures of, these things in here, and what press it's going to go. Follow down here, this press down here, this side, what is called coil wrap. All these bits of paper have all got allocation numbers on, and they refer to what tool is going to go on, and the tools are stacked there in order of which tool's going to go on next after it's done its whatever run it's running now. Basically, forklift comes along, picks this steel up, which is 2.3 thick, that's 2.3 thick, and that's 380 thick. So them tools are for the same job, and them tools will be for the same job. It goes on the auto loader, it's loaded on the coil feeder. Fed through the press. Now, most of the presses we have are what are called multi-stage presses. It's like the work that the pressing goes through. So, and this is one particular component that this press is knocked out. That'll be for something on some car manufacturer or whatever. Then it'll go from here. It might go to second ops because it might have studs to get welded in. Now these are 7.5 ton presses, these two. There's a 900 ton press machine Fong right over there. And I don't even know what these ones are. These two of the wall art, as I call it. Some of the pressings were master samples, and some of the pressings that this particular press will actually run. Some of them are single brackets, but they'll get welded up to make a multiple bracket. So nearly all presses, they'll have a master board of what particular parts get run on each press. And the tolerances on these is very, very critical. Basically, our trays, we call them battery pack trays, they're for lithium ion, what glands into battery powered cars. What frames, what the batteries get built up onto. During the day when all the presses is running, you can't hear yourself think. I wear 2 sets of E protectors up, but wear the plugs as well as the E defenders. Because when they're all banging away, you can, it's like the hounds of bank trees, right? There's another job to do. We'll press that part out, then it'll go onto the spot welders, which will spot weld them studs in, and I'll show you that particular process. They'll get checked, this is the checking area, and packaged off to go wherever they go to. Some parts we do, we have our own paint plants. Some parts we do, we paint them, and some parts we don't get painted. We press them hand, let that shape up, then it gets, it gets a spacer washer welded on like that, then that goes to the manufacturer. I think it's some sort of seat belt retaining bracket. That bit's very critical, and that's what it is. We're also doing this machine what we call the lamb chops, which John will know what these are. It's a brace, and it welds them, it doesn't weld them now. It welds the brace on, the bar which goes in the middle. Imagine you've got a bar, that goes onto there, so another one goes on the other end, and it gets welded into there. It's welded in there. That does end up going down the paint shop and get painted. Right. This robot over here is the saddle. John will recognise what these things are. They go underneath the car. Gearbox mount goes on there, and on these two rubbers, these here, 2 rubbers goes on to hold the exhaust. There you go. Right. This is a bracket what we've pressed up. It hasn't been powder coated, it's been wet paint coated. And we've got to go down the paint shop. But this paint, it's tough as bull's lugs. I've never come across paint like it. In for all it's mixed with water, it's like a water-based paint. It does get some brush. But the thing is with this paint, it's, what do you call it? It's conductive, it'll pass an electric current. Because some of the parts we use for powder paint, you have to get a wet paint first, then into the powder room, and the powder room obviously works on static electricity, so the electricity's got to flow through this paint. Plus it's part of your anti-rust corrosion on your cars, your modern cars. Most modern cars now come with 11 years anti-rust, and there's 2 reasons for that. The steel they use has got a galvanised coating on, and when these go through the wet paint plant, they also get another anti-rust coating on, because where the press is obviously cropped through, it's no longer, the coating's no longer there, so it gets an extra layer on, plus the paint. I can't show you the badge name, but some of you might recognise the shape. We make these, not the holder, the bezel comes in, and we make the speaker grill, and where you assemble them. And that finish there is a powder coated finish. It's a metal flake finish. But this job's come to the end of the line because the car manufacturers redesigned the speaker system. This is another sample board. This is basically what some of the spot welders do around here. We actually weld these washers on, weld these nuts on, which is being highlighted. Weld two brackets together. It's the left hand and the right hand. Battery trays. And they call it the frog's eyes. You can see why they call it the frog's eyes, because of the brackets. And basically there's two studs goes in, and that goes into the spot welder, and them two get welded together, and they've got to go through what we call a chisel test to make sure they don't come off. A lot of these parts say they're not for one particular brand of manufacturer. There could be 3 or 4 different manufacturers on that board. But these are your master samples. When the welders have made the first look, what they call the first look, we've got to check it against these ones. So we've got standards, master gauges, and we'll check them to make sure they're alright. If it doesn't comply with the master, which is these, then obviously you get people like the tool room involved in why is it not corresponding with the master. If the die moved, there's not being set up in the press properly, and so forth and so on. This is our wet paint point. What this means, we get the components in the presses and they get hung on these racks. And them racks will then go into what we call flight files. And it goes round the machine. Then it goes through the process of washers, then the process of electro plate, the tin plate on it, then it goes through the wet paint process, then it's baked in the oven, and you get the parts coming off all nice and shiny and clean. And you get a rack like this, and the components on both sides. So when you might sit with double the amount, and it takes 2 people to lift up onto a flight bar. And when they're all done, we'll come down here. Parts will come up at this end, and they'll have, it's a Saturday, we don't run a Saturday, it's normal, and you'll have guys de-wrap them, put them in the bins, then off out to the customers. So it turns round. This is some of the parts. Now already, the metal's already galvanised, and it's had another zinc coating put on the top, and it's had this black paint put on the top. And this black paint, it's water based, but it's as hard as bell metal. And that's why you get your cars won't rust for 11 years.
Also, when I'm here, don't forget to check the link to my dad's clothing store. Get some nice double boost merchandise. He's got hats, he's got jumpers, and I've made a special request for hoodies. Let John know if you think hoodies are a good idea, because I think hoodies will be great, and I want a double boost hoodie. So let him know what you think about hoodies. But there's hats and there's jumpers on there now, so check out the merchandise. Bye!